Hello everyone, myself Dr. Shilpa Mirikar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science at Sarath College. So welcome in Basics of CPU Organization, Electronics paper 2nd. So in today's video lecture, we will discuss about the important MCQs on Unit 4 Memory Organization. Let us start with this. Question number 1. Which of the following is the fastest means of memory access for CPU? Option A, registers, option B, cache, option C, main memory, and option D, virtual memory. So the correct answer is option A, registers. Why? Because registers are the fastest means of access for CPU, and the registers are the small memory locations which are the present closest to the CPU. That's why the fastest means of memory access for the CPU is register. So the option A is correct. So this is the yes for image for the register. Now question number 2. The memory implemented using the semiconductor chip is option A, cache, option B, main memory, option C, secondary, and the option D, registers. So the correct answer is option B, main memory. So the main memory is implemented using semiconductor chips, and the main memory is located on the motherboard, and it mainly consists of RAM and a small amount of the ROM. That's why the memory is implemented using the semiconductor chips is called as main memory. So the option B is correct. So this is the image for main memory as a RAM. Question number 3. A computer can address more memory than the amount physically installed on the system. This extra memory is actually called option A, virtual memory, option B, physical memory, option C, logical memory, and the option D, secondary memory. So the correct answer is option A, that is virtual memory. Why? Because a computer can address more memory than the amount physically installed on the system, and this extra memory is nothing but actually it is called as virtual memory. So the computer can address more memory than the amount physically installed on the system, and this extra memory is actually called as what? The virtual memory. So the option A is correct. So this is the figure for yes that virtual memory and the physical memory. Now question number 4. A process is transferring if dash dash. Option A, it is spending more time paging than executing. Option B, it is spending less time paging than executing. Option C, page fault occurs, and option D, swapping cannot take place. So the correct answer is option A, it is spending more paging than executing. Okay, a process is transferring if it is spending more time paging than the executing. So the option A is correct. Okay, so this is the graph for this transferring. Question number 5. Cache memory is on-board storage. Cache memory is the on-board storage, if it is true or false. So the correct answer is it is true, because a cache memory is the memory that are closest to the CPU, registers, cache, and the main memory are the means of onboard storage in the computer system. Okay, that's why the cache memory is the onboard storage. It is true, so the option A is correct. So this is a figure for the cache memory. Question number 6. Dash dash is also called auxiliary storage. Option A, secondary storage. Option B, tertiary memory. Option C, primary memory, and option D, cache memory. So the correct answer is option A, that is secondary memory, because the secondary memory which allows us to store a large amount of data is often preferred to as the auxiliary memory, and it is generally stored the large amount of data on the permanent basis. So the correct answer is what? Secondary memory. So secondary memory is also called as what? The auxiliary memory. So the option A is correct. So this is the figure for auxiliary storage. Now question number 7. The transfer between CPU and cache is option A, block transfer, option B, word transfer, option C, set transfer, and option D, associative transfer. So the correct answer is option B, that is word transfer. Why? Because the transfer is the word transfer. In the memory subsystem, word is transferred over the memory data bus and it typically has a width of word or half word is there. That's why the transfer between CPU and the cache is nothing but it is word transfer. So the option B is correct. So this is the image for the understanding the concept that the transfer between CPU and the cache is nothing but it is the word transfer is there. So the option B is correct. Now question number 8. In the memory hierarchy, as the speed of operation increases, the memory size also increases. If it is true or false. So the correct answer is option B. It is false, because as the speed of operation increases, the cost increases and the size decreases. But in question it is asked, as the speed of operation increases, the memory size is also increases? No. If its operation is increases, the speed of the operation increases, the memory size is also decreases. It is not increases, so it is false. So the option B is correct. So this is the memory hierarchy design, level 0, level 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in this case, as the speed of operation increases, the memory size is goes on decreasing. So the option B is correct. Now question number 9. The reason for the implementation of the cache memory is option A, to increase the internal memory of the system. Option B, the difference in speeds of the operation of processor and memory. Option C, to reduce the memory access and the cycle time. And option D, all the mentioned. So the correct answer is option B, that is the difference in speeds of operations of the processor and the memory. Because that reason for the implementation of the cache memory is what? This difference in the speed of the operation of the system cause it to be inefficient is there. That's why the difference in speeds of operation of the processor and memory is very important. That's why the option B is correct. Now question number 10. The effectiveness of the cache memory is based on the property of dash dash. Option A, locality of reference. Option B, memory localization. Option C, memory size, and option D, none of the mentioned. So the correct answer is option A, that locality of reference. This means that the cache is depends on the locations in the memory and that is referenced often. Okay, so the effectiveness of the cache memory is based on the property which one is called as the locality of reference. So the option A is correct. So this is the figure for the cache memory. Okay. Now question number 11. The correspondence between the main memory blocks and those in the cache is given by dash dash. Option A, hash function. Option B, mapping function. Option C, local function, and option D, assign function. So the correct answer is option B, mapping function, because the mapping function is used to map the contents of memory to the cache. So the correspondence between the main memory blocks and those in the cache is given by the mapping function. So this one is the cache mapping, virtual memory mapping is there, and from this you can understand that is the correspondence between the main memory blocks and those in the cache is given by the mapping function. So the option B is correct. Now question number 12. If heat rates are well below 0.9, then there are called as speedy computers. If it is true or false. So yes, the correct answer is option B, that is it is false, because it has to be above 0.9 for the speedy computers, and in question it is asked if heat rates are well below 0.9, then it is called as the speedy, but not if it is above the 0.9, then only it is called as the speedy computers. That's why the option B is correct, that is it is false. Okay. Now question number 13. What is true about memory unit? Option A, memory unit is the collection of storage units or devices together. Option B, the memory unit stores the binary information in the form of the bits, and option C, both A and B. And option D, none of the above. So the correct answer is option C, both A and B. So if you want the memory unit, in memory unit we want collection of storage units or devices together, and also we want to store the binary information in the form of the bits. So the both option A and B is correct, that is option C is correct. Okay. Now question number 14, which of the following is correct example for auxiliary memory? Option A, magnetic disk, option B, tapes, option C, memory, and the option D, both A and B. Yes, the correct answer is option D, both A and B, that is the devices that provides the backup storage are called as the auxiliary memory. For example, magnetic disk and the tapes. So these are the backup storage devices are there, and these are called as the auxiliary memory. So the examples of the auxiliary memories are magnetic disk and the tapes. So these are the images of magnetic disk and the tapes. Now question number 15, in magnetic tape data are recorded for option A, storage, option B, visualizing, option C, transfer, and option D, none of the mention. So the correct option is option A, that is storage. So in magnetic tape data are recorded for storage. So in magnetic tape recorders data are recorded for the storage and then it is retrieved for the processing. Okay, so the storage is very important. So in magnetic tape, that is data are recorded for the storage. So the option A is correct. So this is the image for the recorder. Okay, how it is recorded. Now question number 16, a dash is the smallest unit of information that can be read from or written to the disk. Option A, track, option B, spindle, option C, sector, and option D, platter. So the correct answer is option C, that is sector. The disk surface is logically divided into tracks which are subdivided into the sectors. Which one is called as the, yes, that sector is there, subdivided into the sectors, and that's why the smallest unit of information that can be read from or written to the disk is nothing but it is sector. So the option C is correct. So this one is nothing but this is what, that is the yes, that magnetic tape, and in this case how it is, there are the smallest, that is the tracks are there. Okay, that is the disk surface is locally divided into the tracks, and these tracks are subdivided which are called as what, the sectors are there. Okay, so this is nothing but the image of disk. Now question number 17, which of the following is not a type of memory? Option A, RAM, option B, FPROM, option C, EEPROM, and option D, ROM. So the correct answer is option C, EEPROM, that is electrical erasable programmable read only memory. So the EEPROM, that is electrical erasable programmable ROM, is not a type of memory because it is used for erasing the purpose only, and through the EEPROM data can be erased electrically and thereby consuming the less time is there. That's why we can say that EEPROM, it is only useful for the erasing purpose only. That's why it is not a type of memory. So the option C is correct. So this is the image for the EEPROM. Now question number 18, the chip by which both the operation of read and write is performed. Dash. Option A, RAM, option B, ROM, option C, PROM, and option D, EEPROM. So the correct answer is option A, RAM. So the random access memory RAM is a volatile chip memory in which both the read and write operation can be performed, and since it stores data as long as the power is on. So it is the one type of the volatile memory, and it is when the power is off, then only then also we can store our data as long time. That's why here we can say that for the chip by which both the operation of read and write is performed by RAM only. So the option A is correct. So this is the image for RAM. Now question number 19, computers invariably use RAM for dash. Option A, high complexity, option B, high resolution, option C, high speed main memory, and option D, high flexibility. So the correct answer is option C, high speed main memory, because the RAM is the volatile memory and therefore it stores the data as long as the power is on, and RAM is also known as the RWM, that is read write memory computers. Okay, read write memory, and computers invariably use the RAM for their high speed main memory and then use the backup or slower speed memories to hold the auxiliary data is there. So the computers invariably use the RAM for for high speed main memory. So the option C is correct. So this is the according to this, that is the speed and the size is there here. The computers are invariably use the RAM for the high speed main memory, means if the size is goes on decreasing, its speed is goes on increasing one is there. Okay, so this is for the that is the computers invariably use the RAM for high speed main memory. Now question number 20. The memory capacity of the static RAM varies from dash dash. Option A 32 bit to 64 bit, option B 64 bit to 1024 bit, option C 64 bit to 1 megabit, and option D 512 bit to 1 megabit. So the correct answer is option C, that is 64 bit to 1 megabit. So the why? Because the static RAM, that is SRAM, is faster than dynamic RAM, that is DRAM, and as the access time for the DRAM is more compared to that of the static RAM, the memory capacity of the static RAM varies from 64 bit to 1 megabit. So according to their, that is the speed, or we can say that according to their memory capacity, so the static RAM is varies from 64 bit to 1 megabit. So the option C is correct. So yes, this is the static RAM cell. This is the image for static RAM cell. Now question number 21. CD-ROM is a dash dash. It is a memory register. Option A. Option B, it is magnetic memory. Option C, it is semiconductor memory, and option D, it is non-volatile memory. Okay, so which one is the correct? So the option D is correct. CD-ROM is a non-volatile memory. Okay, why? Because once the program is uploaded in it, then it cannot be erasable, and thus it stores the data permanently. Okay, that's why it is called as the non-volatile memory. Yes, CD-ROM is the non-volatile memory, and when we uploaded the program, it cannot be erasable, it stores the data permanently, and that's why the CD-ROM is a non-volatile memory. So the option D is correct. So this is the image for the CD-ROM, that is non-volatile memory. Question number 22. ROM has the capability of the RAM has the capability to perform dash dash. Option A, write operation only. Option B, read operation only. Option C, both write and read operation, and option D, erase operation. So the correct answer is option B, that is read operation only, because the ROM means it is read only memory, hence it has the capability to perform read operations only, and no write or erase operation could be performed in the ROM. So the ROM has the capability to perform the read operation only. So the option B is correct. Okay. So this is the image for the block diagram of the ROM. Which one is permanent? Yes, that is the read only memory, and it is, in this case we can say that it is perform the read operation only, not write and erase operation could be performed. That's why it is called as the ROM. Now question number 23. The ROM is a dash dash. It is a sequential circuit, that is option A. Option B, it is combinational circuit. Option C, it is magnetic circuit, and option D, static circuit. Okay. So the correct answer is option B, that ROM is nothing but it is the one type of combinational circuit. ROM is a combinational of differentials, so it is a combinational circuit, and it depends on present input and not past. Okay, so the combinational circuit is a circuit which output is depend only on the past, only on the present state, and that's why the output of the ROM is also depends upon the present. So the ROM is nothing but it is the one type of the combinational circuits. That's why the option B is correct. Okay, so this is the image for this ROM. Okay, that is the combinational circuit is there. So how it is acts as a combinational circuit? By using the NAND gate, NOT gate, and the OR gate is there. We can construct it by using the combinational circuit. Question number 24. ROMs are used to dash dash. Option A, store the bootstrap program. Option B, character generation. Option C, code conversion, and option D, all of the mention. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the mentioned, because ROM stands for read only memory, in which data is permanently stored even when the power is turned off, and it is used to store the bootstrap program, character generation and the code conversion also. So the ROM is nothing but it is the one type of the non-volatile memory. It is store the data permanently when the power is off, and it is used to store the bootstrap, then character generation, code conversion, all of these. That's why the all of the mentioned above is the correct. Okay, that is the option D is correct. Okay, so this is the that image for this ROM. Now question number 24. The memory blocks are mapped onto the cache with the help of dash dash. Option A, hash functions, option B, vectors, option C, mapping functions, and option D, none of these. So the correct answer is option C, that is mapping function. So the mapping functions are used to map the memory blocks onto their corresponding cache block is there. That's why the memory blocks are mapped onto the cache with the help of mapping function. So the option C is correct. Now question number 25. Any electronic holding place where data can be stored and retrieved later whenever required is dash dash. Option A, memory, option B, drive, option C, disk, and option D, circuit. So the correct answer is option A, memory, because memory is the place where data can be stored and later retrieved, and memory can be classified into register, cache, and the main memory, etc. Okay, so the any electronic holding place where the data can be stored and retrieved later whenever we required is nothing but it is called as the memory. So the memory is the very important that are used to store the data and later retrieved also, and these are having the three types: register, cache, and the main memory is there. Okay, so the correct option is option A. So this is the image for this main memory. Okay, now question number 26. MAR stands for dash dash. Option A, memory address register, option B, main address register, option C, main accessible register, and option D, memory accessible register. So the correct answer is option A, MAR stands for memory address register. Okay, that it holds the address of the active memory location. So the option A is correct. So this is the image for MAR, that is the stands for memory address register. Now question number 27. Cache memory is implemented using the dynamic RAM chips. It is true or false? So the correct answer is option B, it is false, because the cache memory is implemented using the static chips and not a dynamic chips. Static RAM stands for static RAM stands for the static RAM, and it is faster and it is expensive one is there. So the cache memory is implemented by using the SRAM, not a DRAM. That's why the option B is correct. So this is the that figure for the or image for the cache memory. So thank you so much for your kind attention.